A very good evening and welcome to a Date with an Inner Set program 154 here on the 4th of June. June. It's June. That is truly scary, is it not? It's just unbelievable. I think it's because we've waited so long for the sun to come out. Anyway, you are most welcome to a Date with an Inner Set, whether you are very lucky to be here live, lucky to participate in this groundbreaking little whatnot that we do here on Gigi the Piano Man. You may be watching on the catch-up. You may be lurking in the background. Wherever you are, whoever you are, you're most welcome. And I do hope you enjoy whatever it is we've offered for you this evening. Oh, they're all coming in now. They're coming in thinking, oh, well, you know, turn the sun off for a bit. I've probably had enough. So good evening, Jean. Good evening, Danny. Flaming June, indeed. And the same to you, sir. So as I say, you're most welcome. Oh, hello, Alison. I see you've been doing the washing up, I see. Fantastic. I hope you find the other one, by the way. So, yes, indeed, our opening music this evening on June the 4th. So, yeah, sorry about that cut-off photo, but there we go. Crossroads, it was. I love that photo because I think, now this is a frightening thing, it's really way before my time, and I never watched it, but I had relatives that did. From left to right, I believe that's Benny. You might have to help me here, but is that David Hunter? I don't know. Is that Miss Diane in a rather fetching yellow skirt? And we all know Meg, don't we? Meg Mortimer. And what I like about that picture of dear Noel Gordon, I say dear in inverted commas, obviously, is that she's smiling. Whereas rumour has it that Noel Gordon in real life was a right COW. But there we go. Indeed, the theme music was composed by Tony Hatch. There he is on the left. That's Petula Clark, but that's just because that's the photo I had. Tony Hatch, of course, married to Jackie Trent, and between them they wrote a number of things, including the theme song to Neighbours and, of course, the big hit for Petula Clark in the 1960s, Downtown. I see. Yeah, it's all coming out. Thank you, Miles. I wondered if you had any connections with the cast. Absolute cesspit, apparently, of anyway, quite a good bit of music. I'm not sure why it came into my head, but I hope you enjoyed that one. So you are most welcome to a Date with a Dinner Set, as always, coming to you live, and I do hope you enjoy the 9 pieces. We've got a nice mixture this evening, quite a few sort of gentle ones because it's too hot to be too lively, but there are a few lively ones and a nice mixture of things, as we say. And just to say a very good evening, Martin, and a special good evening to you, Jeannie, my lovely. How lovely to see you both. Now, Petula Clark, Miles, was she lovely? I'm gonna say she was, and I don't know what makes me say that. Do fill us in whilst we enjoy our first piece this evening. Do enjoy the programme. Sit back, lie back, do the ironing, do my ironing. Thank you. Hello, Pepper. Oh, wonderful to see you. Hope everything's going well. Really looking forward to playing for your wedding in a few weeks' time. Give you a little plug there for your own wedding. Yes, it was indeed. Well done. I knew you'd all recognise that. Baby Elephant Walk, as composed by Mr. Henry Mancini. In the same way that in our chat room tonight we have someone who knows Frank Sinatra very well. I also know Henry Mancini very well. So there we go. Indeed, there it is. It just popped up on my screen there. Henry Mancini, and that was Baby Elephant Walk, which was from the film from 1962, Hatari, which I've not seen, but I know, Miles, you told us before it's a rubbish film, so the music makes up for it with that chugging boogie beat. So I hope you enjoyed that one. Gosh, I'd better practice then, Pepper, hadn't I? I think that would be a good idea. Fantastic. It's really lovely to see you. As always, if you're enjoying what you are seeing and hearing, then press that like button. If you press it now, it will animate for you. If you press it later, it will still animate for you. But if you do it now, you'll remember. There we go. We've had it. We've heard it. You've heard it here from Mr. Miles Richardson. Hatari from 1962 is a dreadful film, only made up for by that wonderful music by Mr. Henry Mancini. Let's cool things down a little bit on a Date with Innocent programme 154 here on the 4th of June. Something a little more subdued. We haven't had this one for a few months, quite a few months. It takes longer for things to come round as we keep adding things to our cycle. I'll tell you what then, I'll have a bit of coffee. Nothing like a sip of hot coffee on a hot day. On the tip of your tongues, Thai is by Van Buck this evening, a limited edition of 100. This is number 27. Yes, 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 by Mr. Duke Ellington. It was Mood Indigos, so many of you said. 1930, in case you were wondering. It's a great line, isn't it? A great line, that. You ain't been blue till you've had that Mood Indigo. I'm sure I know some alternative lyrics to that, but maybe not for family viewing. I really love that Duke Ellington standard. It's just got a lovely, clues in the title, Alison, isn't it? Moody sort of blues. It's got a lovely sort of thump to it. 1930. It was Duke Ellington says about that piece that he wrote it for microphone transmission, and he scored it in a certain way by inverting the clarinets and the horns a little bit more than normal to take advantage of the harmonics that would be formed within the room and then picked up on microphones, so making it sound a very full sound for radio transmission. You heard it here. So I hope you enjoyed that one. As I say, a little bit more relaxed. Alison, in answer to that, let's just say I'm between wardrobes at the moment, and drawers for that matter, but they do hang all over the place. Juan, I can tell you really like this tie, don't you? Yeah, it is a very nice one. One of my favourites, I think. Now, what are we talking about? What am I talking about? Okay, yes. So can we talk about top hats, please, as in top hats? So yesterday I was playing the piano for what I call the alternative Epsom Derby. Now I call it the alternative Epsom Derby because at the RAC club in Epsom where I played, which is just like about half a mile away from the actual racecourse, it's where all the, I was going to say old farts and fogies, but I can't say that, so I won't say that. Where the dear members of the RAC and their hangers-on come out to play on Derby Day. And I was there at 10 o'clock, and I was amazed by how much champagne was being drunk in that RAC club at 10 o'clock in the morning. It was mind-boggling. And the place was packed. Now, last year, when I played for the Derby, it was much noisier. It was subdued this year. It's okay. And I had an issue with top hats last year. When, as you know, when people attend the races, they think it entitles them, whatever they're standing, to dress up and wear a top hat if you're a gentleman. And to be frank, there are certain people who either should not wear a top hat or should learn how to wear one. Most importantly, yes, just seen your comment, Miles. Obviously, you would know how to wear one, chap. Most importantly, people who own a top hat should not leave them on top of the piano, because that's what I discovered last year. And I was cross because my piano was covered in, it's not my piano, obviously, because it's a Steinway and it's worth a lot of money. My piano was covered in top hats, and it really miffed me. So I thought, I've got a plan. I've got a plan this year. But is it just me, or top hats aren't made like they used to? I thought they all collapsed. That's what I really thought, because that was my master plan. If anyone's hat gets in my way, then it needs to be squashed, clearly, because you don't just dump your hats all over the piano, because it winds up the elderly pianist who's just trying to sort of entertain you all. So all top hats are not made equal, it seems. All right, now don't get excited. Of course I didn't squash any top hats. Of course I didn't. I didn't need to, actually, because I was there before the top hat brigade arrived, and those of you that know grand pianos know that they have an assortment of sticks to hold up the lid. So the little one, it's on the big one here, the little one just makes the lid lean at an angle. And luckily someone had given it its annual dusting, so even if anyone did put top hat on the piano or a champagne glass, it would just slid off onto the floor, and I would have laughed. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say about top hats. Quite a lot to say about top hats, it would seem. But that was for Derby yesterday. I had a wonderful day. away from the race course and all that drama there, just playing for some very appreciated people. I'm not sure if they were appreciated because of what they'd been drinking, but they were appreciated nonetheless. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. That was a last-minute decision, Miles. At 5 o'clock, find a video of a top hat being squashed, preferably by my fist. I couldn't find one of those, but I did find a sticks and lid. Sticks and lid, absolutely. It's all technical terms here. I think it's time for some more music. Now, look, this is our new piece of music for this week. We try and include something new. It may be known to you, I don't know. I'm rather fond of it. I'll tell you what I know about it after we've heard it. You keep thinking of interesting things to say. Well, I know lid's correct. Hannah, you might have to help me. I call it a stick. prop. I like that. A prop. There was something else I saw. Prop. Support. Yes, Pippa, as in surgical. Probably. Hello, David. How wonderful. Oh, no whale? What's happening? Please provide us with a whale. We wouldn't be you without it. Yes, interesting. Interesting what you say, Miles, actually, because I know what you mean. It has that sort of quality to it, doesn't it? So there we go. Lid prop. Ah, there we go. So it's a lid prop. A lid prop. It's a stick. I'm going to call it stick. So, yes, now Kate has actually provided us with the correct title. Fantastic. It's called The Merry-Go-Round of Life. And it was composed by this person, Joe Hisaishi. And he has composed, apparently, over 100 film scores. And that piece, which is from an animated film from 2004 called Howl's Moving Castle, apparently has had something like 27 million Spotify downloads. It's mind-boggling, and I'll tell you how I came across it. Within the past month, I've had it requested to be played at weddings twice. Once, a couple came into that. It was a very grand way to sort of come in to start your wedding in the church. And then just the other day, somebody asked me to play it at their wedding reception on Friday. And I think it's a really evocative little piece, actually. And I was delighted. I'm always delighted when it's free on the internet in various versions. But, yeah, well done, Kate. Yeah, there's something really, I don't know, it's spooky. It's a bit like a lot of things. Like Miles said, you said Fiddler on the Roof. I was also thinking of, what was I thinking of? Saint-Saëns, Danse Macabre. It's a little bit like that. You wonderful people, Miles and David. You see, I'm fascinated by it now because I'm rather taken by that music and some other pieces by him that I've played. It's a film I feel I ought to see. I'm really intrigued by it. It's really, really popular. A lot of people seem to know about it, as indeed is shown by my erudite studio audience here. David, I'm sorry, mate. That's the way I play it. But you were too enraptured by the film. But there we go. So that was our new piece of music for today, composed in 2004. If you're watching this and you're in the chat room, you know this already. But if you're not and you've just happened upon this, if you want to take part in the chat, you need to be subscribed to the channel. And if you want to know when things are happening, then press the bell notification. And that will help you to find things. Here, as you know, on our channel, Gigi the Piano Man, we do this live program every Sunday, 18:30 for an hour. We also do an upload every Friday. More about uploads a little bit later on. And then on the last Sunday of the month, as we did last Sunday, we currently do a themed special. So that's just a little bit about the channel. I really want to see it. I think I like the picture. Its imagery appeals to me. I'm going to go rattling on now. Oh gosh, there's all these things I need to watch. Amazing. I won't have any time to prepare a program. Right, here's one we haven't had for about a year, maybe just over a year. Yes, yes, yes. Screen's moving too quickly now, but I certainly saw Hannah say the correct title, which was Speak Low. Speak Low, Sweet Chariot. I like it. Ooh, Bob, I'm getting ideas here of combining those two. I'm not sure it would quite work like that, but it was composed, as the picture saw, composed by Mr. Kurt Weill in 1943 from the musical One Touch of Venus, and that was made into a film in 1948 starring Ava Gardner, who was famously dubbed singing that song. I don't know what all you old people are talking about. I love it. I love a good deck chair. Trouble is, you can't find one, can you? Anyway, that was what that was. Speak Low from 1943. Marwan, you are doing extremely well. I know that English is not your first language, so you do absolutely amazingly translating everything. And I think cute's a good word. So there we go. Date with a dinner set smash up. There's going to be a right smash up now. Top hats included and everything. I know. I thought you were already there, Miles. Okay, now uploads. Let's talk about uploads. I've gone a bit bananas again. I suddenly had this idea, and then I went for it. Rather like we did a sort of count up to Christmas with the 25 days of Christmas. I thought, it's June. Be nice to have an upload every day. So I set upon making a list of 21 pieces that I'd not played or not recorded before. I've done a lot of summer uploads. And so there's one going up every day. June the 1st was June is Busting Out All Over. Probably one for you to avoid, Miles. I know what you think about that one. June the 2nd was Corcovado by Tom Hubin. As I said, there's one going up each day at the moment, and right up till 21st of June to the summer solstice. It just seemed a nice idea, and they're gaining a bit in traction, but they are there, and in fact they've got their own playlist within my channel. June the 3rd, when was that? Yesterday. Oh, Come Fly With Me, that's always a good one. David, I know you watched that one and enjoyed that one. And then this morning, some of you, Alison and Jean, saw and heard A Stranger on the Shore, that Acapulco classic. June in January. Is that a song? Alison, especially on the road, nothing gets past me on the road. Not even a Surrey cyclist, I tell you. June in January. Is that a song? Tell me if it is, because I'll find it. A tune a day. Oh, let's not go there, Daisy. Oh, it's very whatever instrument. A tune a day just brings dread to anyone who's ever encountered a tune a day books. Anyway, I think we should play something else. Indeed, Mrs. Potts's little song from Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast, of course, composed in 1991 by the wonderful team of Alan Menken on the left and Howard Ashman. Quite a duo. Very sadly, during production of that, Howard Ashman passed away. So the film was actually dedicated to his memory. But that is one of their best songs. And it's been a few months since we had that one. So I hope you enjoyed it. Good evening, Marion. Oh, how lovely to see you. Fantastic. So if you feel inclined to top up my coffee, or indeed my electricity or Wi-Fi, there is a link in the video description. But it is, as always, www.paypal.me/GG the Piano Man. I will play non-stop, as I have almost been playing non-stop for the past 48 hours, actually. Yes, my enthusiasm is unlimited, usually. Unless I'm riled. But as I say, a bit of Wi-Fi and electricity just does help this program to work, because I've found that it doesn't run on clockwork, which is most bizarre. So the link is in the video description, should you wish to make a donation. Hope you're enjoying tonight's show. Date with Dinner Set program 154, and we're in June. We're nearly halfway through the year. Crikey. Yes, yes, well done. So many of you, so many of you. The summer nose. Thank you for those emojis there, Bob. Yeah, summer hay fever nose, etc., etc., etc. Michel Legrand, you indeed. David James, you are correct on that one. Well, Alison, it's from a film from 1971 and the summer of 42, as in 1942, and it's rather a sort of bitter, sweet coming of age film, and that thematic music pervades the whole film, sort of woven in around the plot. One of those films, again, I must see. I've seen bits of it, and I just know that it's not entirely a happy film. But there we go. Beautiful, beautiful song by Michel Legrand. Just a reminder then to like and comment and share our little program on. It does help our channel to grow. I think in the last 10 days we've gained 2 subscribers. I hope they stay. Always lovely when we are reaching out and finding new people to annoy, to entertain. Yeah, that's what I mean. You know. Oh, Alison, you're gonna laugh. If you don't recognise the title of this one, you're going to laugh so much. And everyone else is going to laugh. Not at you. No. With you. We've had this once before on the show. It's just uncanny that this is the next piece of music to enjoy. It's all to do with senses of humour, Alison, and Brother Mark, for that matter, by Neal Hefti. But this is the bit that may or may not make you laugh. The title of that piece is so funny. This is cute. That's the title of the piece. Cute. Oh, you couldn't make this up, could you? Anyway, we had that in our Neal Hefti special back in September 1958. It was composed. Neal Hefti, of course, trumpeter, band leader, arranger, orchestrator, composer extraordinaire, and for many years the ranger and trumpeter for Count Basie's band, until Count Basie got a bit jealous of Neal Hefti and got rid of him. But there we go. That's a whole other story. But Cute is the title. Yes, not that Hefti, that Neal Hefti, that lovely. Yes. Oh, whoosh, 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 whoosh. Yes. No. Oh, we laugh. As I say, Alison, we're not laughing at you. We're laughing with you. With you. It's just funny. No, the reason I knew I was going to play it, but the reason I put it there was to say that with 2 songs to go, we can go from one sort of cute to another sort of cute. Boom, boom. As we see what the otters have been up to. The otters are feeling the heat. These are the otters we follow on our channel, Toussaint. Indeed, Kotaro is already saying that it's probably going to be hot. He knows he's a wise old otter. Actually, he is quite old. He's 5 years old. Hannah, of course, wakes up and thinks of food. But I believe this is quite early in the morning, so they're having some nice sort of frozen fish. So all you ladies in the chat room, is that how a girl's day starts for you, with a nice bit of fish? I don't know. Isn't that amazing how Kotaro can stand so elegantly on his hind legs and eat the fish? Yes, it's quite amazing. They've both got very different eating habits, as you see. But it's obviously very refreshing for them early in the morning, whilst it's still sort of relatively, I don't know what I'm talking about here. I'm just watching these otters eat this food and thinking, do you know what, I fancy a bit of fish. I'd probably cook it, depending which one it was, and I'd certainly take off the head. Coffee and frozen fish, brilliant. It's best start for the day. Oh, Daisy, what a surprise. Do have a Twix on behalf of the rest of us. Yeah, but there they are. That's a lovely way to start a morning. You can tell by the position of the sun that it's quite early, but that's one of their ways. Kedgeree is nice. Smoked salmon's nice, isn't it? I don't know. I think fish is okay. It depends. So Hannah's got an ice cube now, and of course she likes juggling, as we know, with her front paws. And I think she probably thinks it's one of her special jewels. But Katara is not interested in that sort of thing. But Hannah's having a good go at juggling it. And obviously they're nice and cool for the paws. But it's just slightly too big. So I think they have to wait a little bit for it to melt. That's it. Chuck it in the pool. Oh, and then eat it. That will certainly cool you down. That's for sure. Cold and tasty. There you go. Have an ice cube. It's good diet food. Cold and tasty. So instead, a bit later on, they go inside, and then Dad's having something nice and cold. A bit of chocolate cake. Daisy, don't get overexcited. It's not good for you. But that's not obviously food for otters. So I think that's Hannah there, isn't it? Yes. Not interested in cake, but fish, yes, please. But yeah, Dad does offer, knowing that she's not going to... Yuck, exactly, you see? Not her food. And she's off. So there we go. It's our weekly visit to see what Katara and Hannah have been up to as they keep cool. There we go. So we have 2 more songs to go. And let's hope... Indeed, Marwan, very cute. I mean, we just had cute just now. Fantastic. Let's hope that we have done what the title of this next song is. The title's on the video. I have to show you a video of this so you get the nice sound. We've had it before. It seems appropriate to be having it for this lovely, lovely, lovely warm weather we're enjoying. Please do enjoy the next song, our penultimate song this evening. Indeed, Kicking the Clouds Away from 1925. I've just been reading your comment, Mars. Absolutely, those piano rolls of Gershwin's are just remarkable. So we could get this sort of old honky tonk piano sound. That's why that one was on the video. I need to shorten that intro. It's a bit long. Sorry you had to wait for that. Now look, just before we move into our last song, last week of course was our special date with Dinner set in space. And I wanted to tell you that, of course, at the end of June, we have another special coming up. And there are 3 people in this chat room who actually know what that one is going to be. Now, the reason for saying that is it's probably going to be our last special at the end of June. We're going to take a break from the specials. Interestingly, statistically, the specials get less views. I know it's not all about that, but they do take an awful lot of effort to put together. And I'd quite like to have a break over the summer and re-plan, shall we say, a little bit. Thank you, Marwan. We're going to move into our last song, which we've had before. It's a nice, lively one to finish. And it's composed by this chap, Alan Toussaint. As I say, we've had it, I think, 4 times before. I do hope you enjoy our final song this evening on A Date Within a Set, and afterwards we will say goodnight in our usual way. Do please enjoy. Yes. The piece is called Java, composed by Alan Toussaint. Indeed, it was used as the theme music to Vision on the outgoing theme music. So we've come to the end of another date with a dinner set. Thank you, Kate, very much. Thank you all. Do have a lovely week that is to come, whatever you're up to. And I look for the... Oh, do keep an eye out for those uploads if you want. If that sort of thing interests you, those summer uploads are there. One coming every day, which reminds me I need to edit tomorrow mornings. Have a great week. Thank you so much for being here and for listening. It's, as always, a great pleasure to play for you. Take very good care of yourselves. Thank you for listening. Good night.